Today I hope to transport you to a winter wonderland in the Scottish Highlands. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to dedicate today's video to something that I do not exercise enough, and that is the technique of a study. Personally, more often than not, I just jump into big scale paintings and kind of figure things out as I go, but not every time everything works out right from the beginning. And sometimes I do lose valuable time figuring things out as I go, time that I could have spared if I were to do a study beforehand. So this is exactly what I want to do today, and because today was an extra grey, grim and honestly autumnal day, and nothing really feels really wintry and Christmassy here in France, I want to compensate for that through the painting. So what I wanted to do is to paint a magical winter scene in the Scottish Highlands. And this time I'm not going to work off of a photograph, but because the idea here is to get your creative juices flowing and experiment with color, I do prefer to not be limited within my imagination by photos, by the lighting and the colors in the reference. So I will simply draw my inspiration from the Quiraing in the Scottish Highland, from what I remember of this place and those beautiful slopes that maybe you know and you have already seen, and imagine what they will look like in winter with a beautiful snowy coat on top of them. The idea behind this exercise, of course, is to go a little bit crazier maybe on the colors, because you might have noticed that the lighting is really different in winter, and with the lighting come really interesting color combinations that we do experience only in the winter month. So this will be the focus of today's study, and see if I can get it right. This particular feeling of a very cold, crispy morning, and I don't want to cheat and create this atmosphere solely through the presence of snow. I would really want the whole painting to scream winter and a winter day, and nearly were I to take the snow completely out of the painting, that you would instantly know through the light conditions that it was a winter morning. This makes for a lot of expectations from a small painting and a study, but yeah, there's nothing left to do for us than to start painting. the study is now finished, and I hope you liked watching me create this little wintry scene. I myself did really enjoy going into this painting and going a little bit crazy for the different colors. And what I most liked was the tension created between a fairly cool sky, because I mixed a lot of turquoise with whites, and the warm reflections both in the sky and in the snow. I feel like this really helps being transported to a typical snowy winter morning where the shine is all bright and warm and gives those warm reflections into a landscape that is mostly completely cool toned. What I especially enjoyed is also mixing in different hues of blue within the snow. Basically, I had two different families of blue, let's say, one that was leaning on the green side and one that was leaning on the purple side. So on the one hand, I had cobalt turquoise mixed in with whites and greys, and on the other hand, king blue, blue grey and white. And I feel like this also helps mixing those different types of blues, to not together exactly, but putting them next to each other really helps achieve a better complexity and depth within the snow, and not let it sit there like in a boring way and be very flat, because it does catch the light a lot. And this is why we have so many different shades basically within the snow, and also in the shadows that are created within the irregularities of snow. So yeah, I feel like I'm fairly satisfied with what we got here, and I did get a feeling for what this painting would feel like were I to do it on a bigger scale. And this is really the aim of this type of exercise. This is what makes study such an important exercise, is to test it out, how the colors play together, whether it would work on a bigger scale, and then detail everything out and bring even more detail and complexity within the different areas. I do feel like I need to bring myself to do this type of exercise a little more in the future, so who knows, maybe you will be seeing more of these here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in my next video very soon. And in the meantime, have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Cheers!